Oh man, y'all pray for Wendy Williams, man. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, she deserved what she gets," because she was always in people's business and she was always trying to bring people down. I don't think Wendy was trying to bring people down. I think Wendy was serving tea. There was information out there that the public wanted, and they felt that it was entertaining, and she found her niche, giving you what you wanted. So don't turn your back on her now while she was the one that was spilling tea on your behalf. That's why she had so many fans. That's why she had high ratings with her shows. That's why she had so many people tuning in to what she was doing. People can be so hypocritical, you know? Oh, good for her. One thing you never do in this life is you never laugh or rejoice when somebody else gets sick, because sickness and death is for every human being. Now, in Wendy Williams' case, I ran a story about a month ago where I told you that the docuseries was coming out, Where is Wendy Williams? And lo and behold, it came out, it dropped, and it was cringy. I saw about 15 minutes of it and I couldn't watch it anymore. I couldn't watch it anymore because I was looking at it and I was thinking, is Wendy in her right mind? Is somebody making her do this? Does she know that she is on camera? Or is she just playing it up for the camera? Well, I'm waiting to see what happens, and this is what's going down. New headline. First came out on NBC News and now is shared by Yahoo Life, says that Wendy Williams' guardian challenges the validity of the contract for the docuseries in legal documents. I also told y'all that Hunter, Wendy's ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, he made his bones known publicly about how he feels about this whole docuseries. And Kevin was like, I don't like it. I don't like it because it is exploitive. I don't like it because it's demeaning. I don't like it because she is shown in a messed up way and somebody is exploiting her to get to some money off of this. But what does the crowd do? The crowd goes, "Oh, shut up. You cheated on her. You left her. That's why. That's why you have nothing to say." Man, listen. Stop putting yourself in people's relationship acting like you are the one that Kevin divorced. There's a lot of women out here that are so jaded because they've been hurt so many times by men. Or should I say, they have allowed themselves to be hurt so many times by men because they've been with so many different men that have all hurt them. You've chosen wrong over and over and over again, and you've been hurt. So every time you see these things happening in a social media era, you take it very personal without reason and reasoning. You know what I mean? Kevin is her ex, but he has a right to look in and say, damn, they're exploiting her. And we need to listen. Anyhow, it goes like this. The former daytime talk show host, Wendy Williams, apparently signed a contract, right, to get this docuseries filmed and whatnot. Well, it turns out that she did it without her financial guardian present. And NBC News has obtained legal documents saying that this is in court. Her legal financial guardian has put up a challenge and she is fighting this, basically saying that they exploited Wendy. They tricked her into signing a contract. Wendy doesn't even know the terms and conditions of the contract, and they probably have her in front of a camera filming, and she doesn't even really understand what is going on. She says that Wendy Williams was impaired, but had not yet been diagnosed with the neurological condition that affects her ability to communicate and to understand others, so she is in a vulnerable state. When she agreed in November of 2022 to take part in this two-part Lifetime docuseries, the Guardian, whose name is Sabrina Morrissey, said in court documents that were filed February 21st in New York State Supreme Court, and then it was unsealed this Thursday. The docuseries aired in two parts on February 24th and 25th, Morrissey, her legal financial guardian, had filed for it to stop when she found out about it, and when she found out that, hey, things aren't going as it was supposed to go. She filed February 21st. Well, it was still released on the 24th and the 25th. She said that she was not, and she is not, capable of consenting to the terms of the documentary contract. Wendy was tricked in a vulnerable state and tricked into signing these papers. This is what the legal document says. And no one acting in Wendy Williams' best interest would have actually allowed her to be portrayed to the public in this demeaning manner in which she is portrayed in the trailer of the documentary. I saw it. It was hard to watch. It was cringy. I felt very sorry for her. You know, I felt like I was watching somebody in their most vulnerable state. I felt like I was watching the last piece of work that Wendy Williams might put out, because she's not going to make it further than this. That's the feeling that I got. Now, even though Wendy Williams is listed as the executive producer of the docuseries, which is titled Where is Wendy Williams? Even though she is listed as the executive producer, Morrissey asked the courts to declare the contract null and void, and to bar A&E television networks and Entertainment One reality productions from releasing the documentary and any associated footage. Well, they released it anyways. The day the court documents were filed, Williams' management team announced in a statement that she was in a treatment facility and that she was diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, the debilitating ailment that Bruce Willis was diagnosed with as well in 2022, and it was all for nothing. Wow. So what she is saying is, if you look at it, how come the day the documentary was released, so a few days before they released it, she did her due diligence as a legal guardian, and she filed within the courts to have it stopped and to have the contract recognized as voided, null, not good, for the major networks. But the major networks were so powerful, she said, that they released it 3-4 days after she filed her legal papers anyways. And the day that the court documents were filed, Wendy Williams' management team actually announced to the public in a statement that Wendy had now been in a treatment facility and she was freshly diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Damn. So if you look at the timing of all of it, right, it kind of brings it home to you that somebody knew that something is not right, but they pushed ahead with it anyways. Somebody in the background was saying, man, listen, the world needs to see this. This is exciting footage. This piece of work is going to be here when Wendy is gone. I mean, gone from Earth forever. You know, this is what brings ratings. Let's keep the cameras rolling. Now, citing the First Amendment, a judge on February 23rd dismissed Morrissey's request. Morrissey is Wendy's legal financial guardian, and a judge dismissed her request on the 23rd. But a documentary was released on the 24th and 25th. Wow. One day after her request was dismissed, the documentary was released anyways. Morrissey said that in the court papers that Wendy was depicted in a demeaning and undignified manner. The two-part docuseries sparked outrage from Wendy Williams' friends and fans. As we saw online, everybody said, oh my God, have you seen it? I said, nah, I haven't seen it yet. People were like, man, go see it. It's terrible, man. It's sad. It looks bad. And I'm like, yo, I really have to go see it. I couldn't bring myself to see it. I'm wondering how terrible could it possibly be? And then I saw it and I was like, 15 minutes in, I just couldn't see it anymore. You know, I felt like I was taking part in something that was wrong. In her lawsuit, which was first obtained by NBC News and had been sealed to protect Wendy Williams' privacy, Morrissey, her legal guardian, said that the contract was signed in November of 2022 by the CEO of Wendy Experience Inc. This woman said, I don't even know who the hell is Wendy, who's the CEO of Wendy Experience Inc. And this company was formed after I was appointed her guardian. And I did not authorize anybody. Y'all hearing this? I did not authorize anybody to form any company using her likeness, her name. Wow. Let me say that for y'all again. In her lawsuit, which was first obtained by NBC News and had been sealed to protect Wendy Williams' privacy, her legal guardian said that the contract was signed in November of 2022, and it was signed by a person who is recognized as the CEO of Wendy Experience Inc. And it's unclear to me. I don't know who the hell that is. Who is the CEO of this company, Wendy Experience Inc., that was formed in June of 2022? I don't know who this person is, she said. And I didn't give anybody any permission to form any companies. Now, in addition to Morrissey calls the CEO's signature into question in the court papers, she said that the name in the signature is not clearly legible. However, it is highly distinguishable from Wendy Williams' signature. So it's definitely not Wendy Williams that signed that, and it's definitely not me that signed that. And we don't know who the hell the person is that formed that company and signed that. Now, in a statement to NBC News on Thursday evening, A&E said, that's a network, said, we look forward to the unsealing of our papers as well, as they tell a very different story. But why are the papers sealed? The production, well, they said it's to protect Wendy's privacy. The production company behind the project, Entertainment One Reality Productions, LLC, they did not immediately respond to any requests for comments. The Guardian was aware that a film crew was working with Wendy Williams on the Comeback project and that there had been a couple of days of filming. You know, they're all over the house, they're filming, the camera crew is everywhere. She was aware of that. But she was not aware that Wendy Williams had signed a contract. Morrissey said that in the court documents that Williams' manager, William Selby, said that he would have the final creative control over the documentary, and that, and this is where she felt okay, because Wendy's manager said, listen, I'll have the final, the deal is that I will have the final control over the documentary, and that she allowed the project to go forward with the understanding that nothing would be released without a complete review and final approval of her, the Guardian, and William Selby, Wendy's manager, in place. Now that's good. And they thought that that's what it was going to be. So when they saw that the documentary was being advertised as ready to go and it's supposed to be released tonight or released on the 24th, she was like, whoa, hold up. Where's the deal that we were supposed to, I'm her legal guardian. I was supposed to view that first along with her manager. And then we would say, no, we can't show her like that. Take this part out. What happened? Now, earlier in the interview with Today.com, the filmmaker said that they were not aware of Wendy Williams' diagnosis during their production. Of course, because she wasn't diagnosed yet. Although they acknowledged some days Wendy was on and very Wendy. Other days she wasn't. Some days she was on, clicking, very Wendy, and then other days she wasn't. She was just out of it. So they moved forward with the project anyways because to show runner Erica Hansen, we all felt that this was a complex and sensitive story to tell, and we all felt a great responsibility to do it with dignity and sensitivity. Morrissey, on the other hand, who was Wendy Williams' legal guardian, she said, "Where is Wendy? That docuseries? Have you seen it?" She said, "Man, that is anything but dignified or sensitive." In the court filings, Morrissey called the docuseries humiliating, demeaning, and she said that it is unconscionable and it's exploiting her condition, and perhaps even disclosing her personal and private medical diagnosis for perceived entertainment value. And she just doesn't like it. It's not okay. This blatant exploitation of a vulnerable woman with a serious medical condition who is beloved by millions within the and outside of the United States and the African American community, this is just disgusting and it cannot be allowed, is what she said. Man. Now, in an interview last month, Wendy Williams' publicist, who is Sean Zanotti, he slammed the producers of the docuseries. So her manager, her producer, her legal guardian, y'all got to understand what's going on here. Her manager, producer, legal guardian are all up in arms about this docuseries. The producer, the legal guardian, and the manager were supposed to have a final say as to what angles, what cut, what reel makes it to the final. They got cut out of that. And now her publicist slams the docuseries. She says, her publicist says, I did not agree with what was going on with this docuseries. Zanotti said, I made it very clear to the Guardian. The production company was very much aware of that as well. Zanotti also said that she didn't agree with the way this was moving and shaking. And instead of them dealing with me, they decided to ignore me. They ignored me from that moment that I said I didn't agree with the way things were going, and I never heard from them again. In other words, they already made up their minds that they were going to do what they were going to do regardless of whoever was in the room. Her legal guardian, her publicist, her manager, they didn't care about all those people. The networks were already in place, and they had salacious material that they felt they needed to get out because we can get some top ratings for this type of materials. Wendy Williams is 59 years old. Everybody knows her for the Wendy Williams show, but people who've been following her for years, like me, myself, we know her from being on the radio back in the day in New York City up at Hot 97, spilling hot tea. She did her show from 2008 to 2021, and her ratings were always high, averaging more than 1.6 million viewers per day. Speculation about Wendy Williams' health began in 2017 after she fell out live on TV. And then Wendy, she's been open with her audience about, her struggles with addiction, her alcohol, drug use in the past, so on and so forth. And then in 2019, she told viewers that she was living in a sober house and that she had sought treatment for drug use. And months later, she revealed that she was taking time off because of her Graves' disease, which is a autoimmune disorder. Not to mention, she was going through a rocky divorce at the time, which was pretty embarrassing to add to her health condition and everything else. So she probably was like drinking herself away, watching her husband, humiliate her publicly. And she took it that kind of way, filing for divorce, losing her marriage. And I think getting back into drugs and alcohol probably exacerbated her Graves' disease conditions, and then it just got worse from there. I mean, if you have certain illnesses, you're not supposed to be consuming alcohol and drugs and whatever. You could end up in a place where it's like saying, I have heart problems, but I love smoking it makes me comfortable, you know? So it was while Wendy Williams was off the air that her bank, Wells Fargo, also had petitioned to have her placed under financial guardianship, claiming that she was incapacitated and a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. That Wendy pushed back against, saying it's my money and I want it now. But it seems like Wells Fargo might have actually been right and have been looking out for her best interest. Wells Fargo wasn't spending her money. Her money would have been frozen in place. Just that people who were not of her best interest would not have access to all her money. Well, there you have it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Have you seen the docuseries with Wendy Williams, and what do you think about it? You know, Arlene says, I watched the Lifetime series. Not once did her guardian do anything to improve things for Wendy. She was left alone to drink and wander alone in her condo with stairs. Stairs she could have fell down. Her family should be taking care of her. Well, you're a grown person. Her family already said they got cut off. Right? Your family should be taking care of you, but if you're a grown person, you kind of say who takes care of you, not your family says who takes care of you. Another person says she belongs in Miami with her son and the rest of her family, and the guardianship should have been given to a family member. Her sister is a former DA assistant, so Wendy doesn't like the fact that her sister and son don't want her drinking. People who never lived with or had been affected by an alcoholic wouldn't know what that feels like. So what this person is saying is Wendy has ways that her family really wouldn't allow her to do, like the drinking and whatever else. So she doesn't want those people around. She wants people around her who, when she says, pass me a drink, they can't say no. They'll be like, Wendy, are you sure? She'll be like, give me the damn bottle. And they'll be like, okay. Right? And another person said, good luck to Wendy Williams, man. Sadly, drugs and alcohol takes their toll on the human body, and I sincerely hope that her family is allowed to see her soon. On occasions, I watched her show during the pandemic to offset all the bad news while I worked from home. Wendy was always up and lively then. Good source of entertainment, lift your spirit up kind of person. And it's just sad to see her, you know, go out like this. Another person says, well, alcohol abuse can destroy your brain as well as any other drug. And the last comment I'm reading says, I hope Wendy wins this lawsuit. It seems that the individuals who were filming the documentary should have been aware of her mental and her physical state, seen that she was incapacitated, and they should have stopped filming immediately. The footage I saw clearly shows someone with issues, and I don't think anyone would disagree. And I myself said the same thing. I saw 15 minutes of it, and I couldn't watch it anymore. I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm out. Peace.